gentlemen, thank you for joining me on another epic adventure of conquest and mythology. My name is Jesse Lee Peterson. I'm playing as the sun god Ra. My opponent is named Sui Generis. He is playing as the earth goddess Gaia. Ra and Gaia are both known for their ability to boom. Ra because his priest can empower buildings as well as his pharaoh, as you can see by his empoweration of the granary, and Gaia because of her perk of having super cheap economic upgrades, allowing for an increase of efficacy of gathering resources earlier than other civilizations. Let's have a look at that right now. So here we are. This is in recorded game mode, so I'm able to switch from perspectives to Sui Generis. Now let's look if he has any upgrades. Yes, he does. Usually hunting dogs is 100 wood and 100 gold. As you can see right here, his hunting dogs is 70 wood and 70 gold. That is 30% off. That is a big deal. That is a great deal for Gaia. Not only does Gaia have that perk, but Gaia also has Lush, which surrounds its buildings. Lush is all kinds of vegetation related to the goddess, and I will not be able to build any buildings in this Lush. If I'm trying to build a temple, a Mygel stronghold, a house, an armory, a barracks, anything, it will say, no, Gaia Lush is here and you can't build it. Not only does Gaia Lush not allow me to build anything in its general area, but it also regenerates Gaia's buildings' health over time. So if I damage Gaia's any of her buildings, anything, it will slowly regenerate. Now you can't see it right now because I haven't damaged anything yet, but I'm just letting you know that is one thing that Gaia can do. It's pretty amazing. She's also exploring with the oracles. Oracles do not have a great line of sight unless they stand still, and their radius of line of sight slowly improves. Atlanteans are a lot different than other civilizations in that they don't have laborers, gatherers, dwarves, villagers. They have citizens, and citizens are worth 3 of the ladder, which I just mentioned. They're worth 3 population too. Their speed is a little bit slower. They have 3.25 speed compared to the 3.8 of Egyptian, Norse, and Greek. But they also don't have to have a drop-off point. Their drop-off point is already on their backs. As you can see, there's a box on the back of this donkey. They're constantly gathering resources. They don't have to walk back to a granary, lumber camp, or mining camp. They're already there. It's pretty amazing. In Age of Mythology, food, wood, and gold are physical resources, as you can see here. But one resource that you can't see is favor. It's down here. Now, favor is generated with the Atlanteans through the existence of having a town center. So if Gaia did not have any town centers, it would not be gathering any favor. If she has 2 town centers, it'll gather a little bit more quickly than the 1 town center. Now, as Egyptians need to build monuments to gain favor. As you can see, I built this monument to the villagers, and it says I have 1 unit collecting favor. That unit is the monument. So now I have 2 favor already. Let's go back to him. So as you can see, he's building a temple already. This guy must be going for a quick attack. So to collect favor as Egyptian, I need the monument. And by the way, the reason you need favor in this game is for special upgrades. Each god has special technologies and upgrades. Ra's archaic special upgrades happens to be an upgrade called Rhino Skin. This Rhino Skin is upgraded in my temple. It costs 50 food and 5 favor. And it increases my villagers' attack, hack armor, and pierce armor. There are small lanterns distributed throughout the map. These lanterns are called relics. Each of these relics contains certain perks that benefits your civilization. This canopic jar of Imistry makes infantry train faster. This Fetters of Fenner lets villagers kill animals in a single shot. The Blanket of Empress Zoe makes buildings more resistant to siege weapons. And of course, I collected a relic earlier in the game. You unfortunately did not see that, but I collected a relic called Shingles of Steel. Shingles of Steel greatly increases house or manor hit points. So let's see what my house hit points are now. 1,350? Wow! Usually, it's only 450. It increased by 200%. Outstanding. In Age of Empires 2, these relics would give you a trickle of gold. The more relics you had in your monastery, the faster the trickle of gold would come in. So there's a big difference between Age of Empires and Age of Mythology. Also in Age of Empires, I'm pretty sure if you collected all the relics, there would be a countdown to victory. Pretty amazing. So my opponent, it seems like, is going for a pretty fast attack. He already advanced to the classical age, so I better be preparing for an attack because he's definitely going to go for it. Otherwise, he wouldn't advance so fast. There's no reason to advance quickly. Unless you're a different civilization and want to build a town center, Atlanteans can actually build town centers in the Archaic Age. So the only reason for an Atlantean to advance quickly is because they're rushing. All other civilizations, Egyptian, Norse, Greek, need to advance to the classical age to build another town center on a settlement. You need to build town centers on settlements. There's only 3 town centers which you can build on your side. So there's usually 3 per player. So there's 2 settlements, and then there's the 1 settlement which has your town center on it. So there's a total of 6 on a map with 2 players. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And you see how they kind of match each other on the map? It's kind of symmetrical. It's usually how all maps are. Usually symmetrical. And here's his Oracle scouting. Because he stayed in one spot rather than walking around, his radius of line of sight slowly gathered more and more. And now he can see all the way to me gathering this food. He's making Terma, which are anti-archer units, and they're pretty fast, and he's probably going to send them over to raid me. He casted that Carnivora earlier to push me off this food. And not only did he cast that power, but he also casted this Gaia Forest power. He casted that in my own base. Why did he do that? So he could stop the pathing route my villagers are taking to return the gold to my gold mine. He wants to stop me from gathering gold, so he casted his own power, which usually would benefit him, and used it as an offensive weapon. Very smart move. You don't see that much. Here he is, pushing me off the food, and I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to kill him right now, so I'm trying to surround him right now and then shank him. But he runs away. Nothing I can do about that. I'm not as fast as he is. So the reason he did that forest is because he's probably going to end up casting another forest on this side. He's able to cast that power 4 different times. So he's going to probably want to cast it on this side. And then once I have such a terrible time collecting my gold, I'm going to be forced to collect it outside of my base where his army is going to be waiting for me. No bueno. So now he has both a military barracks and a counter barracks up, and he's constantly sending more and more army to my base. He's a little bit low on gold, and he's a little bit high on wood. So really he should switch this villager to gold. Maybe 2, I would send all villagers to gold right now, because he has a surplus of wood. Let's see his economic upgrades. Good, he upgraded hand axe and pickaxe. Very smart. The way that upgrades work in this game is that hand axe will cost food and gold. That increases your rate of cutting down trees and collecting wood. And the mining upgrades cost food and wood. So the upgrades have to do with the opposite resource between gold and wood. So the ones to upgrade wood cost gold, and the ones to upgrade gold cost wood. It's kind of funny how that works. So in this instance, because he has so much wood, he could upgrade his gold. I'll show you what I mean. His shaft mine costs 105 food and 175 wood. Because he's Gaia, it costs that cheap. Usually it costs 150 food and 250 wood. Here's his army harassing me, not letting me out of my base, similar to how I was treating my opponents when I was set. Now I'm getting it. I'm getting the bad treatment. I guess karma is coming back to bite me in the butt. Here he is again. Let's see, can you cast the forest again? Yes, he can. I bet he's going to cast it right here. Here we go. Can you cast it? Here we go. He casted it. Smart move. Good job. So he's taking out my villagers. They have extra armor due to that rhino skin upgrade. Let's go to my base. So my goal is to make it to the heroic age, and I'm actually doing it right now. In order to make it to the heroic age, I need 800 food and 500 gold and an armory. After meeting these stipulations, I clicked on Sekhmet. Now Sekhmet's myth unit is the Scarab. In the description of Scarabs, it is said they eat buildings. And I'll tell you, there's nothing like hearing a Scarab's stomach growl, especially when there's a lot of buildings around. Little does my opponent know, I researched rhino skin for a far more nefarious purpose than for the defense of my economy. I'm going to go for an all-in attack on the base of my enemy. The extra armor will help me decimate his civilization. So now that I've made it to heroic age, I want to make one more Scarab. I need 300 food for that. So let me drop off some food here. Yep, I did it. Now let's make that Scarab. Here we go. I want to get line of sight on his base so I can use shifting sands to shift my army all the way to his base. I'm dropping off my food right now. I'm going to go inside my town center. Everybody, assemble inside here. We're going to garrison out, change my gathering point to over here. Let them all out. Once I let them all out, and I have my line of sight, which I set this guy a little bit too early because everyone's not all ready to go yet. I'm still getting my people into their proper positions, and here we 3, 2, 1, go! Ah, the feast has begun. The Scarabs are off the races. So as the Scarabs are destroying his military barracks, my Scarabs are going for his citizens. His army's retreating, probably going to run the only decent-sized army over there. My Scarabs are close to his base. His citizens come out to try to stop me. He casts another quarter more power to defend his base. My Scarabs are scared. They're hungry. They go for the town center, eating away, munching down. They want to eat their base so that they can put his but not for nothing. His friends come to help him out. The priests are helping too. The Scarabs aren't done with their business. Go back and finish that town center. Here we go. I'm taking out his citizens. Chasing those citizens away. He is a hero citizen. He must have converted that. You can convert that to here. All Atlanteans can convert their units to heroes. These Terma can turn into a hero. The citizen can turn into a hero. It costs a lot of resources, but you can transfer units into heroes, which can counter my myth units. I think he's going to turn one of these into a hero right now. Maybe 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Hero. Here we come. He's going to try to take out that Scarab while I'm trying to take him out here. Looks like my villagers aren't enough. Oh, yes, they are. He took out one Scarab. Ouch. Run away, little guy. Today's not your day. Oh no, looks like he overpowered my villagers. Oh, but I still have a little bit left. I'm pushing out, I'm pushing through. I still have a chance. Looks like I attacked over here. He's trying to retreat to the middle. He's taking care of Ballista, which costs 215 resources. He's still attacking with his citizens. I take him out with my villagers. I take out the middle buildings. And I'm thinking, no, he's got nothing left. He's got nothing left. Psych, he does. He just built that town center while I was attacking everything else. Good for him. I need to rebuild. I am decimated. After the attack, both of us are struggling to come back from the kamikaze assault the sun god laid out on Mother Earth, I should say. I need to recover my economy and make a force strong enough to finish him off. He needs to keep me off resources and create a large army with his superior economy. Because this is in the recorded game mode, you can see what the difference in resources is. Right here, he's got 5,258 total resources of food versus my 4,706. So he's got about 700 more. He's got 6,500 wood. I've got 800. You got about 6,000 more wood than me. That's a lot more. 4,300 gold to 2,900. It's about 1,400 more gold. He's outdoing me in every single resource. But that's okay. He proceeds to attack my laborers on my gold mine outside my base and retreats when I fight back. After researching Shadow, I created a bunch of farms. Shadow decreases the cost of farms. Shadow is researched at my temple. It's one of the special upgrades I get through Ta. Ta is the god I went through, and that's the one that gives me shifting sands and also grants me that Wajet lizard, which spits venom. Anyways, I built a bunch of farms after researching Shadow, and I casted my rain power, which made me gather food a lot more quickly with my farms. So after I casted rain, he attacked me, pushed me off, but it's okay. I sold food at my market and built that Mygel stronghold. Now the Mygel stronghold can train elephants, camels, and chariot archers. Ra has special camels and chariot archers in that they are faster and have more hit points than Isis and Sets. Isis and Sets, camels, and chariot archers. So after building a respectable army, I'm going to move out and go on the offensive. But I have to wait because right now his army still outnumbers mine. Building up my economy. I'm trying to save up enough resources to build a town center, increase my population limit, build an even greater army. I need to build another house. Looks like I built that one. I go to attack. I push him off that gold. I retreat. And I move forward. I built that town center. Looks like I'm building another town center over here. I'm moving to build his base. The Scarab smells old Atlantean wood. And he's like, oh man, I was pretty hungry, but I guess I'll follow the rest of my army. So my axemen directly counter his mainly Marmillo army. I have 8 axemen. So I'm going to turn around and fight here because my people are tired of running away. We're going back on the offensive. So my axemen turn around and immediately start attacking and countering his Marmillo, while my camels run back and try to take out his Chiroballista. Let's see what happens here. He's getting stuck on his walls. His units are not all attacking, while mine are attacking instantly. This is a very bad fight for him. He got caught out of position. Unfortunately, his walls worked against him in this fight. If he would have deleted his walls and created a more open battle, he would have been able to attack me with all of his force instead of one by one. My Scarab is meat shielding me so well. He absorbed all that damage. It's okay if he dies. All I wanted to do is win this battle and take out his army. I needed the map control. With his army dead, I'm able to roam the map with no defenses to stop me. With this battle won, the tides have changed, and now I have access to these poor unfortunate citizens. He shouldn't have got caught out here. If he would have built a manor, he would have been able to garrison inside that manor. It's not a good move to leave these guys out there like that. So right now, I am now winning the game. Unfortunately, that was basically it for him. He tries to attack me with this smaller army. He leaves his Stymphalian birds out here, and I take them out one by one. Here we go. Stymphalian birds are very powerful units, but you can't leave them out here going against all these chariot archers. Volley after volley of arrows penetrating those wings is not a good sight to see for anyone. At this point, he's flooding in units from 2 sides. Not a good move either. He should mass all of his units into one army and then attack me at once, because this is just too easy to micro. I'm running back and forth, running circles around him. I'm going to the Mythic Age right now, and I'll have access to Son of Osiris. I run over to his gold mine. He has hardly any gold left, and he gives up. He taps out. What a game. Hope you enjoyed this battle between sun and earth. Peace out.